Good evening to all and welcome to the session 200 grammar rules. So far you have learned 40 rules. Today you're going to learn rule number 41, and there are so many dimensions. Based on that, only one rule today. It may take a lot of time. So keeping that in mind, I have brought only one rule, that is rule number 41. Now let us go to rule number 41. Rule number 41 goes with or related to confusing verbs. Already you must have learned when it comes to verbs, there are two types of verbs. There are so many classifications. According to one classification, we have two types of verbs, regular verbs and irregular verbs. What is a regular verb? A regular verb is one that takes D or ED to form the past and past participle forms. What is an irregular verb? An irregular verb is one that does not take D or ED. In English, many verbs are regular verbs. A few verbs are irregular verbs. They're very important from the exam point of view. And there's a clear distinction, regular verbs, irregular verbs. But the problem, some verbs can be used as regular verbs as well as irregular verbs. If the meaning does not change, you don't have to bother. But if the meaning changes, there's some rule, then you have to focus on learn and remember. Very important from the exam point of view. Now let us go to, today you're going to learn about nouns and pronouns completed. Yes, of course, Srinivas. When it comes to confusing verbs, there are about 5 or 6. And today you're going to learn all of them. It takes a lot of time. The first pair, hang, hung, hung. What is a verb over here? Hang. Hang can be a regular verb. Hang can be an irregular verb. As an irregular verb, hang, hung, hung. As a regular verb, hang, hanged, hanged. Hang, hung, hung. Irregular form is used with things. There is a difference between these two, a regular form and irregular form. What is the difference? Irregular form, hang, hung, hung, is used with things. The regular form, hang, hanged, hanged, is used with persons. Based on this, in so many exams, they've given questions. He was hanged last week. Is the sentence right or wrong? He was. Here the sentence talks about a person, then we should use a regular form. It is in past tense passive voice. Hanged is correct. She hung the clothes in the backyard last evening. Here she hung something, what? Clothes. It refers to things. Because it is about things, here we cannot use hanged, we have to use hung. She hung the clothes in the backyard last evening. This is also correct. They have hanged. They have hanged a terrorist. Is this right or wrong? This is also correct. What is the reason? Hang, hanged, hanged. Why should we use a regular form? It refers to a terrorist, a person. So this is also correct. Rule number 41, as I said today, all about rule number 41. Another pair, we all know the verb find, found, found. I found a diamond in the park. It doesn't happen. If it happens, people start going to different parks across the country. Only as an example, I found, no problem. I found a diamond in the park yesterday, past. Everyone knows this, not a big deal. But you should focus on what is the past form of the regular. Quite often we come across regular in the sense familiar one. Find, found, found. Found is a past form. But based on this, we have another verb. Found, founded, founded. This is an irregular verb and this is a regular verb. And the meaning also changes. Find, found, found means what? To come across or discover by chance. Whereas found, founded, founded, it means to establish or start. Find something, find someone, discover by chance, accidentally. Found to establish or start. Usually it goes with a company, an organization, anything for that matter. He has found a diamond in the park. As I said, it doesn't happen. Only as an example. He has found a diamond in the park. Here we are talking about the first one, irregular form. She founded a society for tribals in 2010. She founded in 2010. It is in past. Why should we use founded? Why not found? Here the sentence talks about establishing or starting an organization for tribal people way back in 2010. Correct? Correct. He founded the company in 1971. That means what? He started the company in 1971. Is also correct. They have found a stray dog. Stray dog, we also use the expression street dog does not belong to anyone. They have found a stray dog by chance. All the sentences are correct. Rule number 41, confusing verbs. Another pair, this pair is very important. They have given in many exams. If you take the word bear as such, it could be a noun, it could be a verb. As a noun, brown bear, teddy bear, grizzly bear, polar bear, different types of bears. But it is important as a verb. As a verb, the word bear has so many meanings. But in this context, two forms are very important. One, bear bore born, means what? To give birth. The other one, bear bore, they have the same forms present and past, but the past participle form changes. B-O-R-N-E, born. Here, B-O-R-N, born means to give birth to someone. And B-O-R-N-E means to carry something. I was born and brought up in Vishakhapatnam. This expression, this idea is always in passive voice. What is the reason? Your mother gives birth to you. So it has to be in passive voice. I was born and brought up in Vishakhapatnam, a standard expression. Bear also means tolerate. As I said, bear has many meanings. The Lord was borne by the donkey. Here, B-O-R-N-E, what does it mean? To carry something. The load was borne by the donkey. Correct. In the exam, they may give BORN, then it is not correct. And also, you should recollect the typical combinations like waterborne diseases, airborne diseases. That means carried by water, carried by air. She was born in Bombay. Again, passive voice, past tense. Another pair, very important. And do remember all these pairs, here they look very easy and very simple because you have two factors. One, you are learning in isolation, first factor. Second, you are not under pressure. But in the exam, you are under pressure, usual pressure, one thing. And there you have to have all the 200 rules at your fingertips. And when you read the sentence, you should be able to recollect based on the sentence which rule you have to take out. And that is not that easy under pressure. But if you practice a lot, very easy. Fall, fell, fallen. We all know this irregular verb. Fell, fell, fell. This is very important. Under pressure, not easy to spot the error. Fall means what? Move from a higher level to a lower level. Fell, the second one, which is very important. Fall, fell, fallen, the past form. But there is a separate verb. Fell, felled, felled. This is an irregular verb. This is a regular verb. As a regular verb, it is important from the exam point of view. What does it mean to cut? Usually cut what? Trees. I fell all of a sudden while I was walking. It goes with the first one. They felled many trees in our colony yesterday. Goes with the second one. In the exam, they may give, they fell many trees in our colony yesterday. A typical candidate or a typical student may look at the time phrase yesterday and the verb fell, may assume it is in past and may go for the fifth option, no error. But based on the context, you have to understand it does not talk about the first one, it talks about the second one. And the verb should be in the past form. Then it is not fell, it is felled. That is very important. Here, everything is easy, everything is simple. But in the exam, not that easy. But you can make it easy. All things are easy before they are difficult, or all things are difficult before they are easy. It is other way. Practice. Now, another pair they have given so many times, a bit difficult to comprehend. Rise, rose, risen. Here, there are two dimensions. One, it is an irregular verb, rise, rose, risen. It does not take D or ED. And another thing you have to recollect, it is an intransitive verb. What is an intransitive verb? It cannot take an object. On the other hand, a raise, raised, raised. It is a regular verb because it takes ed, and also it is a transitive verb. It can take an object. Raise standards, raise your hand, all these. Felt is a different one. Feel, felt, felt. That does not come here. Divya. Feel, felt, felt. A different verb altogether. Does not come within this the framework. Arise is an intransitive verb. Arise is a transitive verb. Not only that, arise is an irregular verb. Arise is a regular verb. If you are good at grammar, you know the difference between regular, irregular, transitive, intransitive. Based on that, easily you can spot the error. He has risen from the depths. Means what? From a lower position to go to a higher position. Rise, rose, risen. It talks more about the position. He has risen from the depths. Perfect. The sun rises in the east. They have given in so many exams. The sun rises in the east. Again, coming up or going up. Perfect. We have to raise the standards. I always talk about raising the standards. Raise what? You ask a question. The standards, object. Then the sentence is correct. Another typical example, classroom example. Please raise your hands. Raise what? Your hands. There is an object. As simple as that. Now you have to listen very carefully. I hope you guys are attentive, and I hope you guys are listening attentively. Alert. Lie, lied, lied. One. Lie, lay, lain. Another. Lie as a noun. Now, why I said listen very carefully, these are very confusing. Under pressure, not easy. Here, lie can be a noun. As a noun, it is easy to handle from student's point of view. He told a lie yesterday. You have to use two question words, Divya, to find out whether a particular verb is a transitive verb or an intransitive verb. To the verb, you have to put two question words, what or whom. For these two question words, if you get an answer, the answer is the object. If you don't get an answer, then there is no object. For example, he brought a book. What is the verb here, brought? Ask the question, brought what? What did he bring? Book. There is an answer, that is object. She scolded him yesterday. Scolded what cannot be used? Scolded whom? Him. Him is the object. And if you take any other question word, if you don't get an answer, if you get an answer also, that is not an object. For example, she lives in London. What is the verb here, lives? Ask the question, lives where? Where does she live? In London. You have the answer, but the answer is not the object. Object only for two question words. One, what? The other, whom. I hope you got it. So, lie as a noun easy to handle. He told a lie yesterday. Lie as a verb, it can be a verb, it can be a regular verb, it can be an irregular verb. As a regular verb, it is easy to handle. To tell a lie, lie, lied, lied. He told a lie yesterday. Answer my question. In this example, the word lie, is it a noun or a verb? He told a lie yesterday. Is it a verb or a noun? You ask a question, told what? A lie, something. Then it is a noun. He never tells lies. He never tells what? Lies, plural form. Even in this example, it is a noun. He lied yesterday. What is the subject here? He. What is the verb? Lie, lied, lied. Past form. Yesterday, time in past. Here it is a verb. They have lied today. Today, incomplete. We should use present perfect tense. And based on that, lie, lied, lied. Here the past participle form. They have lied today. Again, it is a verb. This awareness is very important, not only when it comes to verbs. If you are ready for the exam, how can you tell yourself, I'm ready for the exam? When you take a particular sentence, if you can identify the parts of speech, every word, the part of speech in the sentence, whether you come across 3 words or 5 words or 10 words, and also if you can identify the phrases and clauses, parts of speech in a particular sentence, every word, then you're ready for the exam. No one can stop, nothing can stop. But if you cannot identify, then it becomes a problem. For example, they, you should be able to tell confidently which part of speech is it? Pronoun. Which type of pronoun? Third person plural. Have is what? Primary auxiliary. We have, there are 3 in number: be, do, have. Have is a primary auxiliary. Lie, verb. It is a regular verb. And today, adverb of time. And which tense is it? Present perfect. Everything should be at your fingertips. Then you're ready for the exam. Now let us go to the problem here. Lie is a noun. Lie can be regular, lie can be irregular. As a noun, easy to handle. As a regular verb, easy to handle. Now you have to listen very carefully. Lie can be an irregular verb. Many students are not aware of the irregular form, one thing, and they don't know how to use that form, another thing. As an irregular verb, lie, lay, laying. Here you don't see D or ED, so it is an irregular verb. And it has 2 different meanings. Meanings also you have to know, very important. To be in a horizontal position while relaxing. Imagine someone is tired. That person wants to relax. To relax, that person may lie down. Means he is going to be in that horizontal position. Everyone knows this meaning, lie down. When someone says, I'm tired, what do we say? Why don't you lie down over there? Second meaning, to be in a particular state for a long time. This meaning a lot of people don't know. To be in a particular state for a long time. So lie, lay, laying, irregular form, 2 different meanings. There is a typical meaning. This is also there. He was lying on the sofa. Past continuous. Lie, continuous form also very important. Lying. Where was he? He was lying on the sofa. So, why don't you lie down? You're telling someone, when someone says, I'm tired, why don't you lie down? These 2 go with the first meaning. Now, look at the third example. It lay in the pool for 10 days. Lie, lay. Lay is a past form. It lay in the pool for 10 days. So, here it talks about the second meaning, not the first meaning. It talks about the sentence talks about the second meaning. What is the second meaning? To be in a particular state for a long time, for 10 days. That talks about the long period. I hope you got the difference. Please respond. To confuse learners more, we have the irregular form lie, lay, laying. What is the past form? Lay. But there is another verb, lay, laid, laid. That results in more confusion. Lay, laid, laid. What is the meaning of this particular verb? To put something down. Put something down. Usually it goes with babies. You got to remember the examples. Babies, things, foundation stone, they have given many a time. Rules and regulations, many a time. Terms and conditions, roads. Typical example, birds lay eggs. These examples you can't afford to forget. They are laying roads in our colony. Lay, laying, ing form, present continuous. They are laying roads in our colony. The minister has laid the foundation stone. If you read the newspapers, English newspapers, quite often you come across a sentence like this: the minister or the chief minister has laid the foundation stone. Lay, laid, laid, past participle form. The management has laid many new rules. Again, the past participle form. Put down, exactly, to keep or put. I hope you got all the pairs confusing verbs. Now let us spend time on some important questions based on previous year's papers, based on the rules. Read one sentence at a time. Read the first one. She was born and brought up in Delhi. If the sentence is correct, no error. If at all there is an error, identify the error. She was born and brought up in Delhi. Is that right or wrong? It is not correct at the outset. Why is it wrong? Here it is related to giving birth. So we cannot use BORNE. It should be, it has to be. She was born and brought up in Delhi. Then it is correct. There fell many trees in the town last week. This is an important example, not because I have brought the example. Under pressure, here, how does a typical student look at the sentence? Last week, past, fell, huh? I have already given Raghu. Birds lay eggs. Birds lay eggs. It's present tense, a fact. There fell many trees in the town last week. So there's every possibility. You look at last week, you see the word fell, quite, there's a fixed idea: fall, fell, fallen. You may think it is correct, but context is very important. It talks about cutting down or chopping down the trees. Then you have to recollect the verb fell. What is the past form? Felled. Here, fell is not correct, it should be felled. Then it is correct. Very good. Sentence number 3. The entire load was borne by the donkey. Here it talks about carrying something. Then we cannot use BORN. We have to say the entire load was borne by the donkey. BORNE. Then it is correct. What does it mean? The entire load was carried by the donkey. They found a society for the indigenous people in 2005. Again, there's every possibility. This is also an important question. When you see 2005, that goes into past, and you see the verb, there's a fixed idea of find, found. It is in past. So you may think there's no error, but the sentence is wrong. It does not talk about find, found. It talks about found, founded. Means what? Established. Because the sentence is in past, the verb should be in the past form. Here it is not in the past form. Founded. Then it is correct. Very good. Why? What is the reason? Fateful day to clear doubts. They have decided to raise the education standards. You ask the question, this is a very good question again, not because I have brought the example. Under pressure, very difficult to make out, but simple. Look at the verb. What is the verb over here? Rise. And after that, you ask the question, what? Rise what or raise what? The education standards. That is object. If it is an object, you know for sure, it cannot be rise. It has to be the transitive verb, raise, and rise is an intransitive. It cannot take an object. No confusion, no ambiguity. Grammar knowledge plays a role. Question number 6. The prices are raising, though the government is trying to control. Here the prices, contextual awareness is very important. The prices, what is happening? They're going up. The context talks about something going up. Then what is the appropriate verb? Rise or raise? Rise. Then you cannot say raising, you have to say rising. The prices are rising. Very good. Who is this? Naresh. After a long time, they're going to found a society for transgender community. Yes, of course. What is the reason? At the outset, I said that's very good, a good example. Usually, what happens, going to is a helping verb in the sense it is a grammatical unit. They are going to, already you are conditioned to this expression, going to find. After that, after to, it should be find. Not always. They are going to find the treasure. That sentence is right. But here it talks about establish a society. Then you cannot say they are going to find. You have to say they are going to found. Found, founded, founded. To found is a basic form. And after any helping verb, you have to use. And this is the infinitive, basic form with to. I hope you guys got it. Question number 7. They founded a treasure when they were on the island. Yes, they founded is not correct. Discover something by chance. Find, found. They found. It is not establishing, it is discovering by chance. Question number 8. The local community protested when they tried to fell their trees. This is a very good question. Naresh, similar question you asked, same pattern. Please look at, all of you look at question number 8. Simply say whether there is an error or no error. Yes, Divya, no error. And also Chowdhury, correct. Very good. Here, I want who is that, Naresh, to respond because the question you asked based on the same pattern. Yes, now I see. The local community protested when they tried to, then you have to use a basic form. To go, to buy. Same way, what is the verb here? Fell. And what is the basic form? To fell. When they tried to fell the trees, perfect. No error whatsoever. This is an important question. Under pressure, you may think to fell may not be right, but it is right because it doesn't talk about fall, fell, fallen. It talks about fell, 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 and the basic form is to fell. The government hung the smuggler yesterday. Person, smuggler is a person, you cannot use hung. It should be hanged. Yes, Naresh, I've seen that. No error. Sentence number 9, we cannot use a regular form. We have to use a regular form because the sentence talks about a person. Question number 10. She hung the dresses on the wall. Here, dresses, things. We cannot use a regular form. We have to use an irregular form. Hang, hung. She hung the dresses on the wall. Then it is correct. I hope you guys got it. Thanks for being with me till almost 8. And I think some of you are going to take RBA assistant 27th and 28th. Am I right? Sunday and Monday. Please respond. Today is what? 22nd. You have about 4 days. Some people 5 days. Some people. Yes or no? Yes, yes. She hung the dresses. Perfect. How many of you are going to take RBA assistant 27th, 26th, and 27th? Thank you very much. My pleasure. Saturday and Sunday. From tomorrow, the Hindu editorial analysis, I will bring questions based on RBI assistant. 23rd, 24th, 25th, 3 days. I'll be giving tips. I'll bring questions based on RBI assistant. So try to attend the Hindu editorial analysis 23rd, 24th, 25th. Don't miss. Thank you very much. Good night to all.